get started. So, Nick, since I know you really well, and I've had lots of fun with you over the years, the last place shop we did at Human Garage, at the end of it, he goes around, I don't know, it's about 150 people or something like that, and he goes around and we test all the tinctures and all the different samples, and then at the end of it, people are just dancing. And literally, we just turned on the lights, put on the music, and people stayed and danced for like 2 hours because they're all really high from the oils. So Nick, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, essentially at first, and then specifically, I want people to understand, because this is the main reason why we chose to work with you for all these years, is your sourcing and your production, and you do stuff that other people don't. And that's what I'd like to cover today, first of all.
Yeah, wonderful. Regarding me and my background, which you had asked, I was initially trained as a pharmacist. I graduated pharmacy school in 2009, and I've always had a passion for holistic medicine and healing. My perception was I always wanted to help people be the best versions of themselves. And I always kept an open mind to the broad spectrum world of holistic therapies. I worked at an Eastern Western pharmacy for about a year, and at the completion of that contract, I went to Burning Man. And Burning Man was a wonderful experience, which really expanded my mind and kept my heart open to different potentials. I met up with one of my friends who was starting a cannabis testing facility at that time, and that exploration provided me an opportunity to walk into the world of the cannabis industry as a pharmacist, to help do consulting for cannabis clinics. And so by researching the plant and learning more about the plant, that's really what deepened my connection and awareness to the world of essential oils. Because the plant contains these molecules called terpene molecules, which are pharmacologically active at very low concentrations, and are found everywhere in nature in plants. And so this was the start of my journey, pharmacist diving deeper into the world of plants. And you asked of me the question of what makes our oils different and unique, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, I've worked with oils all over the world, and I have found people that have like small batches of really good stuff, but yours are all unique, and your custom blends are incredible. So why don't you tell them what you guys do there?
Yeah. So regarding the sourcing of the oils, we have a broad spectrum of different sourcing. We work with some smaller companies, some wildcrafting artisan distillers. We work with some larger professional companies that my mentor had been working with for a few decades. And so with the two of our careers combined, we've been able to find lots of amazing product, people that are putting their heart into the medicine that they're producing. And I'm very grateful that my teacher, Ravi Das, empowered me with such amazing sources, as it really elevated my offering in a much quicker period of time. So once we get the oils, that's really just the journey where they begin. The things that make our oils unique is we really charge our oils with different types of technology and geometry to really enhance the vibration and the potency of our oils. Most people really have the experience that there's something unique, there's something special about their oils when they open up the bottle and they take a deep inhalation in and breathe it into their body, into their lungs, where it's the aromatics are entering into the alveoli of the lungs and penetrating into the bloodstream. So the oils speak to the body and to the mind and to the emotional body at a very rapid rate. And these different tools really help to energize and potentiate the potency of our oils. So this is an example of a piece of technology that's very simple yet very profound. This is a biogeometry clearing tray. And simply by putting the essential oil on there for about 60 seconds to 5 minutes, what it really does is it helps to clear and also amplify the quality of the oil. And so this device, again, is from Biogeometry, and it's a really great tool to have to energize your food, your water. They're pretty inexpensive devices, and what I like to do is travel with them. And so let's say I'm traveling on an airplane and I'm bringing my belongings and things are going through an X-ray. Well, I'm not going to say that these would negate any damage done from the X-ray, but they really do help to bring it to a new level of vitality. So it helps to minimize any damage associated with the X-ray. And so this is just simply one of maybe about 10 tools that we work with to energize the oils. Our collection is really a living piece of art, because as we discover new pieces of technology, we're constantly incorporating how best to utilize these technologies to amplify the signature and the vibration of each of our oils and products.
Yeah, what was interesting is that when you take an oil and people would come, you take them around your plant and stuff like that, you would put the oils like inside the crystal bowl and you would charge them. And when they came out, they actually felt different and smelled different. That was the weird one for me. It actually smells different. Why is that?
It's true. I believe that the sound, it creates a geometric patterning inside of the oils, which likely restructures the various terpenes and different constituents found inside the essential oils, such that the essential oil itself will reorganize into a more coherent manner. And so when you're inhaling, it might be changing the way that the terpenes and aromatic molecules are able to bind into the nose, into the receptors, such that the information is more organized and the brain and the senses receive that information in a different way.
That's interesting because, yeah, I mean, it really does. It really smells black and white sometimes. Like some of them would change the complete odor once they do that. And so it's really just how we perceive it.
That's totally true. And something even more profound is different notes carry such a different quality. In fact, there's some most oils will respond to different notes favorably and not favorably, and or neutralish. And so there's certain notes that would want to be avoided for specific oils. So giving an example, something like vetiver, which is really earthy and deep and very grounded and embodied. It's one of the ingredients in our root formulation, for instance. Now, if we were to hit this with an A or a B of the crystal bowl, it really takes the vetiver's character out of itself. And what I mean by that is all of a sudden the vetiver doesn't feel really deep and earthy, but rather it has more of a heady type of quality. But the heady quality isn't very profound in the vetiver itself. And so now you have an oil which has really lost its definition and its expression, its true expression. So it's a work of living art, which I really enjoy, just exploring the different frequencies for all these plants.
So that's awesome. So we're going to play with some oils today. What you're going to do is actually talk about them. We're going to actually put them on. And by putting them on, we're going to see what happens to us. Now, keep your eye on her. She's the one that gets really high.
We've experienced this a couple of times.
Yeah, when we got the oils in the last little while, she got them all over herself, and And literally, you could have swore that she just smoked a massive amount of marijuana. She couldn't stop talking, and she was just like running around the house. And I'm like, what is up with you? Like, and it was the essential oils. Now, why do we get, before we start, why do we get high off the oils?
Yeah, so, maybe we can qualify this high feeling or this euphoria feeling, I think is, can more be defined as a head change or a space change where we're feeling euphoric and we're tapped in and really embodied, and we're able to feel our emotions. And so the essential oils work on many different levels. They work on a physiological, pharmacological, they work on an energetic, they work on an emotional level, and also help to really hone spiritual qualities, if you will. And so what I've seen over many years in sharing the oils with people is everyone's responses are slightly different. But the communication that each of these essential oils offer, it's so profound. And so there's this feeling of euphoria and brightness or a deeper level of embodiment. And so really today, the chakra series, as I would describe the direction that we're going, is going to help us tap into deeper layers of our body and also expand our heart region and help us hone our focus and our intentions.
Perfect. After the last couple of days, I mean, we have people from, first of all, we're doing our lifestyle artist Heal Yourself program, which people are signing up for. We had hundreds of applications come in. We've been on interviews. And not only us tired the last two to 3 days, our entire network of coaches in 10 countries, all saying that they've been worn out, tired, lots of pressure in the head and stuff like that. And a lot of that comes from just not being grounded, right?
Grounding is an important thing.
Hey guys, again, if you want to ask questions, Essential Oil Wizardry in the house. I see some really cool ones about blood spiking. We're doing the Essential Oil workshop. Please give us a bunch of likes. Always forward this out to friends. And we're going to start playing with oil, so I'm looking forward to it. So where do we go next?
Yeah, well, why don't we explore the chakra series as intended and just go directly up the chakras, starting at root.
Let's do it. Yeah, need it.
Okay.
Need it.
So, and if you guys are inspired with me, you're welcome to stand up and kind of integrate movement as you're feeling called as we progress through this series. So to all the audience at home, it's wonderful if you have some essential oils and just fine if they're not our essential oil wizardry blend. The root chakra, which we're going to be starting off with, is a combination of CO2 extracted myrrh. It has spikenard vetiver, davana, and also Himalayan cedar. And so the Himalayan cedar, or most of our blends are infused in a carrier oil. So we use fractionated coconut oil, and in many of our coconut oil mixtures, we enhance it with ormus, which really helps to potentiate the qualities of the essential oil while also diluting it such that it can absorb into the body more effectively, as opposed to evaporating off the skin. It helps to sit on the skin, drive it into the skin, and also make it so it's not as potent. So the root formula, which we'll start with, is really helpful for grounding. I find that this one is really soothing. Sometimes I like to apply it to the back of my spine right before I go to bed. A great way of working with essential oils can be massaging into the bottom of your feet. And the reason that this is that the essential oils, they absorb into the bloodstream very quickly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few drops of our root. And for listeners at home, if you have something like myrrh or spikenard or vetiver, those are all really great for embodying just a grounded feel. And so if you guys want to join us at home, I'm going to take a few drops in my hands. Take 3 deep inhalations in. Just imagine your feet grounding into the core of the earth.
Oh. Whoa.
Oh, that's really different.
Yeah, because I always apply these. I never sniffed the chakra ones.
Oh, that's
So down on the feet.
Like instantly in my body.
Whoa. Yeah. Okay. Got them on my feet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Woo. Is a wonderful way to work with that one. You can also massage them into the lower abdomen as well.
Get it on the belly.
Get it on the belly. Get it on the belly.
do my
Actually, that's really cool because I did always put it on my feet. When I used the chakra set, when I was in clinic, I worked 5-6 days a week, 10 to 12, 13 hours a day. And every day I was getting burned out, and I would come in after you came and we started working with you. I'd use the chakra set every day before I went to work, and I'd go home and I'd still have energy to do things.
That's a powerful testimony.
Well, you know what, Nick? Your oils have literally transformed my life over the years because I grew up, my mom had all the essential oils always, like my kids come over and my grandkids, stuff like that, they say, like we smell like Nana. And because Nana's house, in all her clothes have had essential oils since I was a kid. But I didn't really, my problem is that there were so many oils and so complex, I didn't actually know which ones to use. And even then it was like, well, I gotta put 15 on. And this is why these blends are so powerful because it's just right to the point.
Mm-hmm.
You guys feel that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah, Manvinder here is doing the filming for the other video, and he does all our films, guys. He's the guy that creates all those videos, and he's standing over in the corner. He's like, whoa.
I love that you're using sound. You mentioned something about the A and the B notes. Is there something specific about the frequencies that you're looking for? Or is it like a harmonic that increases?
I would say it's both a quality of experimentation and also there's kind of a nuanced suggestion that different notes correlate with specific frequencies and chakras. And so to be very specific with this theory, C correlates with the root chakra.
Oh.
D correlates with sacral chakra. E correlates with solar plexus. F correlates with heart. G correlates with throat. A correlates with the third eye. B correlates with the crown. And then I think I started by saying C correlates with root.
Yeah.
So you have A through G. Now, if you were to use A or B, which is very high up in terms of kind of the chakra comparison, it's a very different quality than the deep-rooted embodiment associated with vetiver that I had used in that example, or a root chakra, for instance. What I noticed with A or B is they're a lot more, I think heady is a great word for that. And what I mean by that is it's really uplifting, and essential oils such as white sage or mint, some of those lighter top note, more cleansing qualities, those tend to go a lot better with A and B notes in general.
Wow, that's really cool. You mentioned that the notes are connected to the chakras, so would, say, chanting or using a sound bowl that matches, would that enhance the effects if we were using them at home?
I think that it can. We use a special process where we're utilizing the oil directly into the singing bowl, and we're surrounding the oil with water. And so the water works as a medium to help to transfer the vibration physically more effectively than air. And so the physical vibration of the water vibrates against the essential oil in the bottle, and that really helps to ingrain that frequency into that oil. I do believe there may be a mild quality associated with playing different tones and notes by having a different arrangement with the oil, but by literally steeping in the oil into the crystal bowl where it's physically being manipulated by that vibration, that really anchors in that frequency and note.
Fantastic.
We have a bowl here that's in the F note, I believe, in 432. So maybe we can try that later.
Yeah, put some water in it with the heart oil, and experiment with that.
Nice.
Yeah, so now you got the geeks going here. Matt Minder not only does our video and stuff like that, he actually creates audio and sounds for a lot of famous artists around the world. They come to see him. So we're going to be playing with that.
He's a man of many
Oh,
talents.
that's so fun. And I didn't get our brother's name. What's our friend's name?
Man Binder.
Man Bender?
Yeah.
Oh, great to meet you, Man Bender.
So we got the Oud Oil.
Yeah.
We feel very, very grounded. Actually, extremely grounded.
I feel like I'm singing in my chair.
I feel like I'm being pulled down.
Yeah.
That's fun. And it smells wonderful.
Well, shall we go sacral chakra then?
Yeah. Let's
Okay,
do that.
so this is our second chakra. Our sacral formulation, it's a combination of clary sage, cypress, rose geranium, grapefruit, juniper, palmarosa, CO2 extracted turmeric, and blue yarrow.
Oh,
So this is a very powerful formulation. And I find that this one is helpful for clearing and supporting levels of creativity. People have spoken around working on sexual trauma or creative blocks, utilizing sacral as an ally. And so what I'm going to do is take just a few drops of our sacral oil, and I'm going to let's take a few deep inhalations of it.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful.
I find this one to be very cleansing and clearing, kind of an emotional reset button.
Oh yeah, I can feel it. Yeah. And then apply it on our sacrum.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
So, I say the question again.
We're going to apply on our sacrum now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Do we do it? Turn around and do it for the camera?
Front and back?
Like front and back?
Yep. I like doing front and back. So,
Okay.
oftentimes I'll do in front of and in back of the
Ooh.
area, kind of the auric region, and then I'll actually apply to the stomach and or actually apply it onto the body, which for here it's the abdomen and lower back.
Whoa, that actually, my hips, my pelvis, like, you know what I noticed first thing? When the bladder gets a little tight, our little full, or tight, it rotates the pelvis forward. Mm-hmm. And also when we're in fear, it rotates it forward, tucks the tail under. And as soon as I did that and stood up, I just felt literally my sacrum release. That was pretty
Just
cool.
beautiful. That's
Wow.
just beautiful.
Yeah, it feels like the hips relaxed and my tilt
Yes.
changed.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
All our guys' feedback. This is amazing.
Definitely a relaxation in the hip.
Well, one thing we know is body, and we see everything through the body. So we're very sensitive to changes for sure. But listen, we had some people over here the other day when we were working that supposedly aren't sensitive to things like this, and they were just euphoric and laughing and stuff like that.
That's beautiful. I've never smelt anything like that. That's just magical.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'd love to give my gratitude for the inspiration of this Divine Align Chakra set to my friend Michael Brian Baker. He was the inspiration for this blend. He had me develop a set of oils, which we both shared with our various communities together. And so his vision and inspiration was some of the driving force for this. And we really were able to synergize and harmonize to create this amazing set of oils.
And I also want to I wanted to remind everybody that if you're new, put in the comments where you're from and ask questions. And also our link in the bio, you can go to our affiliates, Essential Oil Wizardry. If you want to purchase, you get a discount. And that also we get a small commission off that, which feeds us back. So these are the only incomes that we have, so that we can continue to produce videos and content, answer all the questions, etc. So again, the link in the bio and Essential Oil Wizardry is in the comments. So ask your questions. Okay. So what next now? I'm super excited. Actually, I'm getting goosebumps.
I'd like to. Could you say your friend's name again?
Mike Baker.
My friend's name is Michael Brian Baker. He has a practice called the Breath Center.
Oh, fabulous!
Wow. Okay, so I'm super excited. So we're gonna go from sacral.
So let's rock out our solar plexus formulation, which for some reason wanted to be called solar plex.
For some reason.
For some reason. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. So what about solar plex? What's in it?
So solar plex is a combination of 6 different oils. It has bergamot, black pepper, mahuhu, rosewood, rosemary, elemi, and it also again is infused in fractionated coconut oil enhanced with ormus and 2 different vibrations, as are every oil that I'm talking about today.
This smells like a tea I would like to drink.
Yeah.
I want to drink this.
So maybe that's
The
what I'm
bergamot.
getting.
Bergamot?
Exactly. What I'm getting is that's the bergamot, which is oftentimes added into different types of black tea.
Like your Earl Grey. My Earl Grey
Feels
tea
like
has
an
it.
it feels like an Earl Grey.
Yeah, and again, it's giving me goosebumps.
Now, where do we put it? Where do you?
So let's do a few deep inhalations, and then let's apply it around the auric field, front and back abdomen, around the navel.
Okay.
On top of the navel, I should say, above the navel.
Oh,
Whoa.
I love this one.
Yeah, of course, it's the emotions.
Oh, yeah, she's a
She's the emotional one.
Yeah,
the
she's
solar plexus is your emotions.
Yeah,
Feeling
solar
something.
plexus is your emotions.
Yeah. So Nick, why do we do over the aura and not on my skin?
Thank you for clarifying, both on the auric field and then go in onto the skin.
Oh, both.
So each
Okay.
of these formulations are infused in fractionated coconut oil and enhanced with ormus, such that it's already infused in a carrier oil and it can be applied directly to the skin. Sometimes pure essential oils are too strong or too much information for the body. And so I just wanted to answer that question a little bit more.
And I see somebody asking a question, which is one of my favorite ones, is can you vape them? And I love vaping oils. I do it here all the time. Just don't do it on TikTok.
Yeah, which
And which ones? Yeah, because there would be.
which are your favorite ones to vape?
So any pure essential oil, especially of plants that I would enjoy eating or ingesting in a not oil format, are ones that I've explored vaporizing. And so some of my favorites include vaporizing Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood, Tulsi, our Sensation formulation, Citrus Blast, Chai Perfect is absolutely delicious. Our Blue Lotus Absolute.
Oh yeah, the Blue Lotus. Yeah.
If you're wanting a nice feeling of euphoria and anti-inflammatory qualities, our black pepper or pink pepper essential oils are really pleasant. Clary sage is it's quite relaxing and helps to relax an overstimulated mind with also providing a level of euphoria. There's just so many directions you could go with vaporizing.
Oh, we were vaporizing Respire and and then peppermint, of course. But I call it peppermint puff, so I have it around here and I vape it up. And as everybody want a peppermint puff, they're not really expecting it. They take a and it's like almost knocks them on the floor.
Yeah.
So you want to use just the pure ones, right? Just the pure oils for the vaping, not the one you have a coconut carrier or the oil carrier.
Yeah, that's correct. So when I'm vaporizing oils, and this is what I would suggest to other people if they're choosing to vaporize oils, is you'd want to vaporize a pure essential oil. So not an essential oil that's infused in a carrier and or alcohol. The alcohol specifically can be damaging to the lungs if you heat it up and breathe it in. So really listen to your body. I view these things as having a level of therapeutic activity. And I use them on some occasions. Our release formulation is also really tasty, and some people have stated that release helps them create new habits and patterns, sometimes as they're transitioning away from alcohol and or tobacco. They'll work with vaporizing the release essential oil in a device like this. So you would literally just put a single drop of essential oil in here and then breathe it in.
Yeah, let's not do that.
And Nick, could you show it to the Zoom?
Yes.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, cool.
Oh, I gotta get one of those. I've been using something else. That looks much more better.
So Nick, would you recommend that somebody did them in this order, or how would somebody know when to use which one?
Yeah, so I think everyone develops and creates different habits and patterns with the oils. And so what I would suggest is if there's an area that a person is really working on and or getting the intuitive hit that they should work more around expressing their truth or stepping forward in their creative passion, they might want to go forward with the throat chakra or the solar plexus, for instance. Maybe if we're mending some sadness around the heart associated with loss of a relationship or a loved one, we might want to tap into the heart formulation. So it could be that we're focusing on one or a few different specific chakras. Other possibilities could be an individual wants to experiment and really work in tune on their whole body and get one of the complete Divine Align Chakra sets. The last option in regards to our chakra series is we were guided a few years after the original formulations to add all of the chakras into a single oil. And so this is our Super Chakra oil. And this is a combination of 40 different oils. It's literally each of the 7 oils in a ratio that I was described to work with, or I was guided to combine in those ratios. And it's a lot of information, but it's also very smooth and beautiful and powerful. And so what I tell people is if they're going to use just one chakra oil, I would go with the Super Chakra because it's so dynamic. And do you both have, are you guys working with the Super Chakra right now?
Well, we're just playing around with it, yeah.
Yes, we have it right now.
or why don't we use Super Chakra right now since we're talking about it and we have it in our hands.
It's like smelling a fine wine, isn't it? It has so many complexities.
Whoa, whoa, I get it. I'm getting chills everywhere. I don't remember getting chills all the time.
This is like literally wine tasting.
Yeah, wine tasting.
But for oils.
Yeah, and wine tasting for oils.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Whew. Yeah, I mean, are you guys getting there or is it to me?
Oh, that's fabulous.
That's really smooth. I got chicken skin. Woo. Look at this. I literally have chickens. I have goosebumps all over.
So are we going to do the breath the same way? The three?
So check this out. Let's do kind of some quick inhalations.
Okay.
So small inhalations like this.
Okay.
Oh, just very small. Okay.
Just very small so that we're getting different aromatic notes and qualities from this complex oil blend, which has 40 different essential oils in it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. I never thought of doing it. That works good.
Okay, I think I'm starting to get high.
Whoa.
So now how I would work with this one is I would apply this around my auric field.
Woo. Yes.
Yeah. And then Nick's like a essential oil sommelier.
It is.
Yeah,
literally.
I can't wait. Nick, I can't wait till things calm down and we bring you guys up here. We'll do a workshop at our retreat center here. I'm super excited about that. I mean, it's cool to do it like this, and I can't wait.
I'm feeling very smiley right now.
Smiley.
And now you know how I felt the other day after I unloaded all the oil.
Jeepers. Whoa.
I think
Wow.
the breath, the breathing, the inhalation of it is fabulous. Just fabulous.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you're breathing the oils into the lungs, you know, these active constituents known as terpenes that are volatile, you're breathing them into your lungs and they are able to get absorbed in through the lungs, in through the alveoli, directly into the bloodstream where they're pharmacologically active. And so it's a very quick mechanism for absorbing the intelligence of the plants in the form of essential oils.
So Nick, here's a question. We always get a couple of jokers in here that call us charlatans. I mean, I come from a clinical environment, literally working on people and doctors and stuff like that, and somehow we're charlatans. But when people say things like essential oils don't work or that's bullshit, you know, like what's your first response to them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not offended by what people's beliefs are. I think there's lots of different qualities of essential oil. I think that there's very cheaply, poorly made essential oils. There's also quite a market for synthetic products. And the synthetic products, which may have one or a few different perfuming agents, aren't going to have the same pharmacological activity inside of the human body as a complete plant extraction. And when you're doing techniques to really amplify the expression of the plant to its fullest voice, you're really able to feel on a much deeper level the extent of what a plant is able to provide your body. And so I know that for me, I really had to saturate my system with essential oils initially to feel the fullest extent of what these plant essences have to offer our bodies. And as I've continued to get healthier and cleaner diet and more aware of my physical body, I've really been able to learn that less is more in working with the oils. And so I feel like someone who's really wrapped up in their mind and may say that essential oils don't do anything, if they want to appease that part of their mind, they can look at pubmed.gov and they can sort through literally thousands of clinical studies and articles associated with the pharmacology of individual constituents found inside these plant extracts. and they can learn that they have pharmacological activity inside of the body. And so I feel less at this stage in my life focused on utilizing my mind to really drive something home for an individual, and more in a sense of wonder and listening to what the plants have to share with us, and to allow that information to come through me and to share that with the audience through our offering. And I feel that people are going to resonate with what they resonate with. And if there's something of value there for people, people are smart enough to make their own decisions and to feel the truth in things. And so, I don't think it's important to be right associated with my almost decade of working with these oils to know that these are powerful plant teachers. And for those who are open to listen, I'm enthusiastic to share that information.
Well, you're doing a fabulous job, and it's super fun, and we're feeling amazing. And I'm feeling amazing.
I love to bring that up because we have the video. We have a lot of videos that go out, and people will say, "Is there any evidence behind this? It's all bullshit." And I'm like oil pulling, and I'm like, we'll just go to WebMD, PubMD, anything like that. There's all kinds of research on it. But I find that the people that are like that, they're not willing to look, and they're just angry usually. So we are going to go from Super Chakra.
Yes.
And we are going where next?
Heart.
Let's do the heart.
It's getting to
All
be
right.
Valentine's Day.
So,
Everybody does participate.
I love
in
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So anyone at home, if you have an oil, something like rose geranium or rose oil or jasmine, these would be a great offering that you can offer your heart. And so for us, working with our heart chakra blend, this is a combination of 6 oils. It's a Bulgarian rose absolute with a steam distilled rose otto from Iran, with rose geranium and Palo Santo, CO2 extracted ginger lily, and CO2 extracted nutmeg. Now, maybe you can speak to this, Gary. Heart is one of our most popular formulations, and I seem to remember that that your community really seemed to love our heart formula and our third eye.
Oh, we used heart. The majority of people that would come to Human Garage, I mean, if you have an injury in your body, you have trauma, and people don't think of it that way, and it's accumulation. So we would use heart oil on almost every single client. So we've had, maybe 10,000 people come through and experience the oil. And unequivocally, when we put heart oil on and we have to do body work, it literally shaves off 25% of the time. So it makes it faster. They release faster. The body works faster.
I immediately got the rose.
Oh yeah, there it goes.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, the rose.
Beautiful was just the minute it hit my hand.
Well, I want to drop into my body and my heart 25% faster.
Yeah, let's do that. Drop into the heart fast.
Yeah.
So same with the aura for your field. Yep.
And for those of you guys who want to know, the heart meridian is at T6. So really the heart right here and in the back. So if you got that pain in your mid back T6 area, a constant up at mid back, it's a lot to do with your heart, the heart meridian. Open that up, you can stretch it out, and you put some heart oil on here. It works like crazy. Wow.
I feel more dropped into the present moment.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel. I'm starting to feel her. I can feel her energy starting to change, which means that she's gonna get a little crazy here.
Yeah, I can see it in her face. It'd be interesting. We took a biophotonic scans of all the chakras when Brain Mechanics was here, it'd be really cool to do an experiment to see before and after like the essential oil and the chakra one.
Actually, we'll be able to do that in April. We've got the scanner coming back. We have a scanner. You put your all your fingers in. It shoots a laser beam and off gases from the finger in each finger. And these fingers, 10 fingers, 10 organs, and that's how it works. And each one relates to it. It actually does the measurement of the entropic field. That's the scientific version of the aura. And it actually shows the alignment of chakras. So we'll test it and we'll feed back the data to you.
And it's interesting because we've had people that their chakras are just practically on the side of their body.
Yeah. Sometimes on the left side or the right side. And you do something and they work right back.
I'm excited to see how that comes out.
I mean, so the heart one is starting to make me feel energetic and tingly and also calm at the same time.
Yeah, cool.
And if you want questions, now's the time to ask questions. Put them in there, and I know that they're being answered in real time.
Anything for rosacea?
I'd like to know that.
Anything from rosacea.
I'd like to know that.
I'm not going to say that any of our oils can cure disease states. But what I will say is that some people have reported benefits associated with our Violet Chill formulation for some inflammation and skin issues.
So my story of Violet Chill, I had a flu when you did the second workshop. And I don't know if you remember this. I'm blowing my nose. I'm gonna go up, and I'm like all red. And just minutes before, I asked you, "What should I do?" And you go, "Put Violet Chill on." I go, "Okay." Went in the bathroom, put it on. I came out, and literally within less than 2 minutes, all the redness was gone. Wow, that's quick.
So Violet Chill would also be good for children, wouldn't it?
Violet Chill, I have many friends who have used it on their young children, maybe like 2 to 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it would be calming.
For good for sleep for children, right? To calm them down.
Yep. I've had friends also apply Violet Chill onto the bottom of their baby's feet to help calm them down and get them to rest as well. Mm-hmm.
My granddaughter carries orange with her, and she likes anything with orange to calm. Does that make sense to you, or is there a...
Orange can be calming. Oftentimes it can be associated with stimulating. I think people receive it in different ways. The thing I know about orange oil is it could be a little bit more irritating. So especially on a younger kid, if I were to apply it topically, like an orange oil, I'd probably infuse it into a carrier oil and put it onto the bottom of the feet or let them smell it.
Hey, we've got a question. Really bad rash on the side of my stomach, panty line. Can you tell us if it's your right side or your left side? And Nick, you don't have to answer this, but I certainly will. These are questions that are associated to the meridians and to the fascia. So if you ask that question and tell us which side it's on, we'll answer it again. So
left side.
Oh, left side. Left side. It's so most likely it's your pancreas. Do you have blood sugar regulation issues, or it's going to be the left side of your small intestine. The small intestine is, if you get any kind of rashes or rosacea on your body, it's because there's a buildup in your small intestine. We have another series that we'll be doing on this, but you can go and look at our video on YouTube on autoimmune and stuff like that. But the essential oils you would use externally for like a rash or for rosacea, which one would you use? Violet Chill?
I would use Violet Chill. I may also consider Alleviate. Alleviate's a little bit more of a heavy hitter. I usually suggest people to start with Violet Chill. One thing about our Alleviate formula is there is a suggestion not to apply it and go out into direct sun because of the St. John's wort extract that's in it, which can increase photosensitivity.
Okay, and Camper Chronicle Tales, mid-back keeps freezing. There's oils that'll work, especially the heart one. But if you go to the link in the bio and do our 15-minute stress reset, that mid-back issue should go away right away. If you do that every day for 7 to 10 days, you should probably have no freezing. And if you're getting freezing in there, it's most likely the bladder meridian, and you want to check and see if you have any bladder issues as well. Okay, let's get back. So we're in the throat.
We're on the throat.
Throat.
So I love throat, and it smells medicinal. It's super cooling. It's cutting through stagnancy. It has a very unique ingredient called galbanum, and galbanum has been mentioned. I'm not sure if it's mentioned in the Bible, but it's a resin that's been used for thousands of years in sacred ceremony. And galbanum is also, what I've noticed is as an energetic tool, it's very powerful for cutting through negative energy and clearing. And so,
Wow.
Wow, it's very fresh.
It's really
Fresh.
good.
It feels, I feel it when I breathe it in, I feel like it goes from here to here. Rash on the upper left side, usually that's large intestine, guys.
It's settling my thoughts. My thoughts are quieting.
It's really opening up my head. I've been having a lot of tightness in my throat, and Jay was telling me that's where Scorpios get stuck. So
Yeah.
it's having a huge effect on my throat right now.
Scorpios get it in the throat, and they also get gallbladder issues, tightness through here. Yeah.
Throat chakras, Libra, and Scorpio.
Yeah.
Do we also apply this? Oh, we do. To it.
Wow.
so this may break up some mucus and phlegm in the upper respiratory region, and or if there's anything in the throat. People with sensitive skin may or may not want to experiment with this. It's nice and tingling because of the peppermint. So our throat formulation's a combination of peppermint, CO2 extracted calamus root, frankincense, lavender malette, peppermint, ravensara aromatica, and white sage.
So my feet are sweating
I
now.
love it. Mine too.
My feet just started.
Why is
Yeah, what's going on here?
Look at
I wonder if it's the white sage. That's just my initial hit, my intuition.
Yeah.
Manvinder said lymphatic drainage.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the fascial system itself, I mean, we've been doing fascial maneuvers for so long that we've actually increased our height. I went from 5'9" 3/4 to over 6 feet. And the fascia opens up, and as the fascia opens up, we become more sensitive to things like oils and water. When we did our 44-day fast, I was telling Dr. Nick that when the fascia opens up, we would just be in the lakes and in the baths and we would need to drink water. And so when we apply the oils, we just seem to feel them. Like, I've used your oils for 7 years. I find that they're like a completely different oil now for me after doing the fascial maneuvers for a year.
That's amazing. Yeah. New body, new experience. Huh?
Okay,
Yeah.
so next is
Third eye.
I'm feeling that one in my head now.
Yeah,
Like
I'm really-
opening up.
Yeah.
I actually, to be honest, my vision's this morning my eyes were a little bit blurry, and now they're brightened right up.
So my favorite one, third eye.
Third eye. You
My
know,
other favorite.
What's in this?
I don't know if I'm
one?
allowed to have favorites, but I can say that this is definitely one of my favorites. So our third eye formula, I think we could do 3 deep inhalations. And then one of the favorite ways I like to work with it is I'll actually, I'll anoint my third eye, and I usually close my eyes and I rotate outwards in a, let's see, that's clockwise fashion. And so this is really helpful for setting intentions, meditation, really dropping you into a higher state of awareness. And the so our third eye formula is a combination of Royal Hawaiian sandalwood, CO2 extracted frankincense cartiri, cacao absolute, palo santo, rosemary, and tulsi, and jasmine absolute as well. And so this is such a beautiful blend to wear as a botanical perfume or to put onto your wrist points. And take deep inhalations in before meditation. Sometimes I'll apply it right below the bottom of my nose, but if you do that, you won't be able to smell everything else to its true identity.
Yeah.
And so this is our third eye formula.
Wow. It feels like a perfume or a cologne, like natural. Yeah.
Now, when applying it, talk about getting it around your eyes or around your genitals or around under your armpits, because I have done that where it's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So a person does want to avoid having the essential oils get into their eyes and around their genitals. Sometimes people with sensitive skin may want to avoid essential oils in their armpits. I have friends that will use pure essential oils under the armpits. It also really depends on the essential oil. You definitely keep oils out of the eyes. Oftentimes I'll close my eyes if I get like a little residue of oil. I'll close my eyes and I'll just let it sit, and my tears and body will kind of process it. If someone actually spills essential oil in their eye, one of the best techniques that I've found is to use some carrier oil. So I use a fractionated coconut oil for this specifically, and I'll pour some of the carrier oil into my eye. And the reason that is because water and oil don't mix, the water drives it deeper into the eyes. If you're choosing to dilute the oil and you use water, it's not beneficial. It can make things worse. Now, if you put a carrier oil in, what happens is it dissolves, or it pulls the oil and it dilutes it, and then you can remove that more easy. And
sorry.
That's an excellent tip, because I could have used that on several occasions.
Well, we have one more oil in our Divine Align Chakra series, which is 8 oils. And what I want to share is that after our final chakra oil, I'm happy to do 5 to 15 minutes of questions if people have questions about whatever people want to connect about. And anything else that you guys have?
Yes. Yeah, I put it on my head. I find it drips right into the crown. Is that a good idea?
So I'm kind of giggling because that's almost exactly what I do. So check it out. Here's what I do.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. I gotta do myself more advanced.
So what I do is I drop it on top of my head so it passes through my auric field, and then it hits my crown. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll apply it around my head, or I'll even open it further, just kind of setting.
Whoa! It feels like my hips just got lighter. Literally, my hips just started feeling light, like right in the back of my hips as soon as I did that.
It's interesting that you say that, because I'm experiencing in my own body a sensation of lifting.
Lifting. Yeah.
I feel very simple.
From my feet all the way up to my head.
I'm gaining a deeper level of appreciation for our crown chakra formulation in this moment, because I'm noticing that it changes my physical body, or my relationship of my physical body. I feel lighter, and I don't think I've noticed that shift before.
Can you share with us what is in it again?
Yeah, perfect. Our crown chakra formula is a combination of CO2 extracted African copal bark, CO2 extracted angelica root, blue lotus absolute, CO2 extracted nutmeg, opoponax, pink pepper, and oud. So it's a very powerful formulation with some sacred essences.
Now, Oud Oil is like the most expensive oil, next to some of the frankincense. It's one of the most expensive oils, right? Agarwood? And
Oud Oil and blue lotus oil are definitely two of the top most rare, exotic, and costly extracts on the planets.
Yeah, so the blue lotus oil, we would sell that, and it was literally it was like a pheromone. All the girls at the garage would wear it, and as they're walking by people, they're turning around and looking. So it's very attractive. It's like a superpower for attracting the opposite sex, or maybe the same sex. I don't know.
Yeah. So Oud oil, it comes from, the really great, rare Oud oils come from wild trees, deep in the forest, and these 100-year-old trees, their heartwood gets collected, and there's a fermentation process which happens with this heartwood. So it gets aged and then fermented, and then this Oud oil, or this Oud wood starts smelling and has this really rich, ripe, kind of masculine, attractive quality. And this wood then gets extracted to produce this Oud oil. And in certain cultures around the world, this Oud oil is considered one of the most precious sacred materials, both the Oud oil and the Oud chips, or the wood itself. And so, our crown formulation, like you were mentioning, Gary, has some really special ingredients. The CO2 extracted African copal bark, that's an extremely rare, uncommon ingredient that has a very high vibration. And it's very cleansing and great for prayer and meditation. And it's wonderful for botanical perfumery as well. The Blue Lotus Absolute, as you were speaking to it, is it's really aromatic, it's sensual, it's I find it to be heart medicine and also third eye. And one of my favorite ways of working with the Blue Lotus Absolute, and be careful because there's a lot of adulterated synthetic Blue Lotus Absolute on the market, but with a true Blue Lotus extract, vaporizing it and breathing it into the lungs is it's such a sweet communion. It's like a soft euphoria and a great tool for meditation and connecting with the divine.
Yeah, actually, we used to do Blue Lotus with a glass of wine, and it took that glass of wine and make it last all night.
That is one of the classic ways that Blue Lotus was enjoyed. Thousands of years ago, the Egyptians would saturate their wine with Blue Lotus flowers, and they would sip on that sacred substance. And so there's
I'm learning to walk like an Egyptian. I guess I'm learning to walk like an Egyptian because I started that right away. I looked at all the oils and I said, which ones can I vape?
You can send me an email message and I'd be happy. And I guess this goes for anyone. If you email support@essentialoilwizardry.com, I'm happy to share my personal list of some of my favorite oils for the purpose of vaporization. It's a very intriguing way of working with essential oils, because one single drop is good for about 10 to 20 inhalations in a device such as the Essential Vape. And you really get to experience a plant in a unique and novel way.
I guess I'm a little bit, I'm obsessive. I'm like, one drop, and I'm like,
there's like 10 drops.
I saw a question about overuse. What I've learned in my body is to listen to my body. I think that less is more. And so we're sharing a unique and novel experience at this time. And so what we're doing is we're working with the whole chakra set with that intention in mind. Typically, I would use one oil or maybe a few oils at a time for a specific intention. A concern for overuse would be, the essential oils are metabolized in the liver. And so and they're metabolized very quickly. And so something that I've experimented with was using these around the clock for a number of years, but that's not the ideal solution. That was really early in my exploration for essential oils. My suggestion and the way that I practice is I utilize the oils for specific purposes and specific intentions over a short duration. And so an example of that would be if my immune system is feeling taxed, I might use my Super Immune Boost formulation. And so my Super Immune Boost formulation is a combination of peppermint, oregano, cinnamon, clove, and eucalyptus. And I then take these pure essential oils and infuse them in organic alcohol to produce a tincture. So it's about 10 to 20% essential oil, taking a single drop on the tongue, breathe it in. Now, if I have an active infection, I might choose to do that process hourly or several times a day. Now, I would use this for a short period because these are really powerful. But we're talking very small amounts of essential oils because a pure essential oil, you're getting about 35 to 50 milligrams of essential oil. Whereas in these tincture formulations, you're getting about 2 to 5 milligrams. And so again, less is more, especially when working with essential oils internally. So I always suggest to people, have a specific intention of why you're having a relationship with these oils and these extracts. So I hope that helps a little bit.
I have a question. So what about if I'm putting it in the diffusers around the house?
Yep.
Do I want to use my really pure ones, or which ones do I use?
So different diffusers have different mechanisms of how they operate. And so oftentimes ones that are diluted in alcohol will work just as if they are pure essential oils, kind of like the alcohol will evaporate very smoothly. So our essential oil tinctures and our pure essential oils work in most diffusers. Now our blends, which have a carrier oil, they work in many diffusers, but may require cleaning with isopropyl alcohol more regularly in case the oil collects, the carrier oil collects.
I've experienced that.
Yeah, we had the diffusers at the Human Garage constantly going. We had like 15 of them or 20 of them, something like that. And they're always, so the staff, we noticed that we were, because we're running literally 15 hours a day. So we noticed that we'd have to clean them every third or fourth day, just kind of rub them down. And it didn't hurt the diffuser. What it did was it just, the amount of the steam wasn't coming up as much. And that was really the only thing.
Yeah, so I think what I'm hearing is that there's more maintenance when it relates with an oil that's infused in a carrier oil. And that's been my experience for most diffuser types.
So they say, what kind of oil does it matter? And I know that you are alcohol, but you use this very special alcohol and carrier oil. So does it, they said 91 or 70%, I don't know.
I think 90% might be a little bit better for cleaning purposes of the isopropyl alcohol. But if you can get 70%, that should be fine as well.
Okay, awesome.
So listen, everybody, we're going to do an outro here. Basically, this is the first part of our 6-part series. Dr. Nick has been a trusted friend and also a massive component in the healing component of Human Garage. The oils were used on every single patient except for the ones who had a specific issue, but literally almost every single patient used the oils. It increased our effectiveness in delivering care for people, and integrating them into my life has made a big difference. The 6-part series go to the link in the bio. If you register for the series in advance, we'll be doing something special for all the people that are registered. And also, if you can go to Essential Oil Wizardry on TikTok and like them, share the profile. Dr. Nick will be putting up some stuff. And he also said if you email him at Essential Oil Wizardry, we'll put it in the chat, then he will send you a list of oils that they personally vape. So please email him. And guys, again, if you go to the link in our bio and it says affiliates, you can go down and you can find Essential Oil Wizardry. You get a discount. What's the discount again, Nick, for them?
It's 10%.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah. And guys, the chakra set's already discounted.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can all go and buy the chakra set. Highly recommend it. And the good thing about the oils is, I know because some people look at it and say that they're expensive. The one thing that I noticed when I came back to Canada and I didn't have your oils is I went out and I still tried to find the best oils here. And basically anything sold in a store, a normal store, usually isn't that great. And I had very little effect of it. Once your oils came back in, it literally it changes the energy of the house and people can feel it as soon as they walk in. So I want to thank you again, Dr. Nick. This is the first part of it. And Dr. Nick, thank you so much for coming up today and sharing with us. We're super excited about Women's Health next week.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. It was amazing, awesome, super fun, and very informative. Yeah, you did an excellent job.
Awesome.
Okay.
Looking forward. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a great rest of the day.